Welcome to Tigers Untapped, a Bluff City media podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, Trey Lasley and TJ Willis. Now, let's get to the show.
Fellas, ladies
What
and
up,
gentlemen, welcome back after a short hiatus. It's good to see you guys again.
Yeah. Feels like we haven't recorded in like a month.
It does.
It's
I
only
missed you
been
guys.
2 weeks.
I missed you guys.
Well, it's been a while since Kenny's been here.
Has it been that long? Was I not here? Oh, I wasn't here for the last
We
episode.
weren't here for the last filming, and then we
sorry.
didn't do it last week given the holiday.
Yeah.
So it's been almost a month for you. TJ was right on that. We're back, episode 127.
I'm already mad at TJ, by the way.
Yeah,
So-
they were getting heated right before we hit.
No, Kenny's out here talking
Record.
craziness. It's 9:46. Got me waking up the kids, yelling at Kenny.
When we
Now, you
get
know what's
into
gonna-
it,
you know what's
if
going to
we-
wake you up?
what's that?
This got to get up to get down.
You know,
I can't believe we haven't done this one before, Teamy.
Well,
Teamy?
I was actually about to say, I was
did
at
you
the
do
liquor
this
store
once?
trying to pick out the beer, and I said, "Oh, that's crazy. We haven't." I'm looking at the spreadsheet, and I'm like, "We haven't done got to get up to get down. That's wild. That's like a Memphis beer staple point." And I'm like, "Oh wait, it's because we record at 9:47 p.m. on a school night. Why would we have to
No, I think-
crush out this
I thought this
beer
was-
with
I
coffee?"
thought
in
this
it?
was one you did without me when I was out of town one time. Because I felt like I
don't
came back and
believe
he told me I
so.
had to chug a got to get up, and I was like, absolutely not.
Why is this one such a tough one to like? Does it have caffeine in it?
That's what I was about to
Coffee in it,
ask. I don't
brother.
know if it's a coffee milk stout with coffee, so
Yeah,
I'm
they-
assuming there's some caffeination up in here. And just for you guys at home, I'm caffeine sensitive, and it
Oh.
is 9:47. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use coffee in it. They use coffee from Chicago, which is kind of jacked up. I remember when it like came
Yeah,
out.
whoa,
I can't remember
what?
the name of it. I can't remember the name of it, but they use some type of coffee from Chicago. It may say on here. It may say on here. I can't remember. If not, you can go to the website and you can find out. But yeah, it's a Chicago.
I tried to do a
coffee
quick
bean brewer thingy.
quick Google
roaster.
search to see if there was caffeine in here and how much, but I'm not really getting anything.
Yeah, I don't know how you'd figure that out. Honestly, there's definitely coffee in it, without a doubt.
Oh, it's very coffee
Like-
flavoring.
Yeah, there's
like it?
definitely coffee in it with that.
I mean, I know. Don't review it yet, but
There's
initially,
I will say there are people that love this.
I would like it.
TJ and I know one that is, well, not anymore, but he did. I mean, this
Dude, like
was
hot
his
summer
go-to.
days.
I mean, I'm talking. We would play a soccer match, and my guy would down 3 of these afterwards.
Jeez.
Metropolis Coffee is actually the coffee roaster they use out of Chicago. Yeah, dude,
Not
this is
familiar
like,
with their work.
gotta get up to get down. This is Wiseacre, by the way. I don't think we ever said that part, but
I think everybody listening knows that, right?
I think so. But Kenneth isn't a big beer guy, so
He knows whose it
Yeah.
is, though.
I see
Probably.
I see the name on the can. I
Shout
wouldn't
out
have-
dude, you probably
To
knew.
Kenny
but-
rocking the Memphis Chicks hat tonight.
I love this hat.
Bah, gosh, the beard looks darker. You been coloring that thing up?
Hell no.
Hmm.
Bro, I don't color nothing.
Well, fellas, been 2 weeks, and we've had some action.
Mm.
Maybe not necessarily the action we were anticipating or hoping for. Well, we got a little bit of a welcome William Whorton. Do we classify him as a big? Does he
He's
count?
bigger than
does he
me.
count as, I mean, he's a Ford, 6'8", 220.
Yeah, I think it's the weight that counts as a big instead of the height, right?
So you're counting 220 as a big?
220 is a big in college basketball. Yeah.
No, 220 at 6'8" 's pretty thin. You're really
Is it?
saying height over the weight?
Mm-hmm.
Who said is it?
I did.
At 6'8"?
6'8", 220 is pretty big for basketball.
Yeah, man. I think it's relative. Yeah, from a basketball perspective, that's a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
Would you say LeBron's a big? He's like 6'8", and he's like 250 though.
He's
he big?
265.
Do 270 with like
Yeah, what
2% body fat.
Yeah, that's a big dude.
Yeah, he's
What
a
are you
big.
talking about?
Is he big?
We were talking about 45 pounds more.
of solid muscle.
Further,
It is wild.
honestly,
I've been out to cover a Grizzlies game against the Lakers a couple of years ago, and I got to see LeBron in person. He is a monster. Like, he is. I know he's only 6'8", 6'9", but God bless, he's huge. Like, just deboed up. Like, anyway, that means nothing.
it is. You know what's
he is
always really
huge.
funny to me is how much bigger basketball players are than football players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
what do you mean by that? Oh, like height wise,
yeah. They make NFL guys look tiny.
Yeah.
It's like a Dwayne the Rock and freaking Kevin Hart situation a lot. You know? And like you think about it, like somebody like Steve Nash, he would look tiny on the court.
6'4". He's 6'4".
Yeah, he's an inch taller than me.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I thought he's 6 foot. He's 5'11", TJ's height.
TJ's a solid 6 foot. TJ's a solid 6-footer.
It depends what shoes I'm wearing. You know, I'll take it. No, you're right. It's funny because I've seen all the posts and things like that. That's like Kyrie Irving 6'2",
Yeah.
Aaron Donald 6'1", and it's like, okay, well, you know, obviously that's not where we're trying to go. Aaron Donald, you're not looking at him thinking that's a tall guy. He's just absolutely chiseled out of his mind.
But when you think of Aaron Donald, you think of a massive human being, and then
yes,
freaking Kyrie's taller than him, and Kyrie looks tiny out there.
Well, the one that's fun is Ant. It's Anthony Edwards and Julio Jones, something like that, where it's like Julio, very big guy for a receiver, right? For his position, he's huge. And then you compare him to Anthony Edwards, you're like, okay, you know, he's still big, but like this guy's taller and equally pretty large. So it's interesting.
That's wild. Anyways, welcome to William. Unfamiliar with his work. He was a freshman last year at South Dakota State, averaged 3 points, 3 boards, half an assist, shot 64% from the field. Played in 21 games, got about 9 minutes a night. Shot 33% from 3. I don't know. Wow, this is interesting. He shot exactly down to the decimal, the same percentage from the field and free throw. 63.6% from both.
That's impressive.
That ever happened before?
I'm sure. I don't, you know.
Well, he only took 11 free throws all season. So
this is one of those. This is one of those pickups, guys, that I just go. I trust Penny Hardaway, Nolan Smith in their evaluation of players because we don't know anything about him. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea what to expect. You got to trust in the staff and what they've seen on film, but it's also like he was a freshman last year. He got 9 minutes a night. Our front court's very thin.
Yeah.
And you're kind of putting a lot on a kid going into a sophomore year, but he's stepping up a level.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to make a jump from his freshman to a sophomore season while also simultaneously stepping up. I don't know. It just seems like a lot to expect. If it was like a multi-year thing,
what are the expectations though? Like what do you think the expectations are?
I don't right now. Like
he's not a starter.
Can he dribble the ball?
I don't think
he dribble the ball.
He's a starter, but it's more than 9 minutes a night.
You think so?
I mean, who else are we playing?
I don't know.
Court?
I don't.
All it takes is Aaron to get two quick fouls.
Yeah.
And then what? I mean,
I hear Jordan Brown's available.
No,
we already talked about it.
Oh, sorry.
What are you talking about, Jordan?
Ashton Hardaway, starting center, dude.
There you go.
Oh gosh, I keep forgetting.
It's a Chandler Lawson type of situation.
I do. I keep forgetting. I mean, I don't know. Do you think he's gonna? You think he'll get more minutes, or Hassan will get more minutes?
Who, Chandler? I mean,
yes.
Chandler.
William or Hassan?
Oh, Hassan. Yeah. Hassan's a better player.
He's also a senior, right? So
yeah. I think Hassan, if the roster stays the same, will probably start at the 4.
So what you're saying?
It's
Saying Doug, Sincere,
Zachary Davis.
You'd start Zachary and not Julius.
Yeah, I would start Zachary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was Zachary.
Hassan.
You know, it's
Aaron.
funny. You said that this is one of those signings where it made you like kind of question what it was. But is that not?
I mean,
your feeling for everybody on the roster? I mean, for the most part, right? I think you find yourself talking yourself into a lot of it, but truth be told, outside of Sincere and even Sincere, I think you could probably be like, oh,
well, there's still some questions.
You can kind of see it, but
why did he not play more?
I saw a tweet yesterday about Sincere. Someone saying it was criminal that the lineups manager or assistant coach, the substitution assistant coach, didn't get him more time at Murray State. And I'm like, that ain't the answer. Like, that's not why he didn't get more than 20 minutes a game. Something else. Coaches are going to play their.
I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
It wasn't just that it wasn't like the head coach of Murray State was looking down. Will Wade was looking down the. That's what I meant. McNeese was looking down the bench and going, I don't know who to put in. Let me find my assistant coach and him substitute the guys in. And that guy was like, I've got this dude who's like an amazing, efficient scorer on the bench. I forgot about him. Like that's not real. That's not reality, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were good, so it wasn't like there was no one in front of him and he was just not playing type of situation. Like, they were a good team, but it's still kind of a head scratcher as to why he didn't play some minutes.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. I mean, Hitman put this, I think it was yesterday, that in the 4 games they played against high major teams last year. So they played, who was it? Oh, was this last year or 2 years ago? This past season. So Purdue, Alabama, North Texas, Mississippi State. Although I wouldn't necessarily count North Texas as high major, but 17 points in Purdue, 19 against Bama, 18 against North Texas, 16 against Mississippi State. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of there's people that have high hopes for Sincere. But I don't necessarily think I don't think Doug Sincere are I guess there's a little bit of question mark there. I feel there's more answers with Doug, and he's a little bit more proven.
Sure.
But I don't know. The front court, I don't know what to think. And that's where I'm like, is it time to start worrying? We hadn't heard anything about Dane. Are we putting all of our eggs in the Dane basket? And if so, what the heck do we do if there's a denial like we had with DeAndre 2 years ago? I mean, is there anybody out there that's left to go get?
No. I mean, I think there's a few guys that Memphis is connected to, but I think there's clearly a waiting on, kind of figuring out what the Dane situation.
What's going on with Tafara Gapara? Tafare Gapare.
I think at this point, do you have room for him though?
Well, I think we have one more Scully left, but then isn't there the whole like house ruling where we would get two more scholarships or something? You go
15 scholarships. Yeah.
So then technically, I guess you really have 3 left. Which I don't know. Is that the best thing for us? I mean, we've talked about multiple years,
right,
with Penny having too many equally talented scholarship guys and it making the road. I mean, do we really want 15 schollies?
I don't think at this point that's a relevant question. It's going to happen. Like, it's going to happen. So you just got to.
Everybody keeps saying it's going to happen and the vote never goes through.
Yeah, she never signs it. I don't know. Apparently there's some language around Title IX stuff that this judge is not a fan of. And so
Language.
I don't know. Are you worried? Are you worried?
I'm getting a little bit worried because it feels like where we're at right now. I think we need Dane. And I think we've put all of our eggs into Dane getting a waiver basket right now, at least what it seems. That's not to say there's not some contingency plan that they've identified already that obviously we don't know about. So,
Right.
whatever. But I would feel a lot better if Dane was on this roster than without. I'll just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm getting a little bit worried because, I mean, shoot, they filed this waiver. I mean, it's been at least a month, right?
It's been a while.
And there's been no even sniffage of any sort of response. Portal's closed.
I don't know how you can honestly look at the
Yaxel's
roster
at
and
Michigan.
say that you aren't worried in some form or facet, honestly.
I'm trying
really
to pull
don't.
up Bart Torvik, and we still got freaking Cooper Flagg on the roster from our last sausage
hell yeah.
experiment.
About time he committed.
Remember when we did that?
Yeah.
What a bump that was.
Here, I'm trying to run this final stat here, but it seems like it's going to take too damn long anyhow. If you look at the roster, just all these guys are relatively unproven. No one really played that much. Like, yes, you could probably get some stats. Probably Doug. Doug played a good amount of minutes. Little Kurt didn't play that much. I mean, Quante played some. Zach Davis, Mason. I can't tell you shit on Mason Matthews. Ashton didn't play a damn. Yeah. So it's just a roster full of dudes that just haven't really played much, and they haven't done anything for you to feel comfortable.
Yeah,
not realistically.
I think you said it. Like you got a bunch of guys that have shown flashes at times. Doug being probably the most out of that group.
Actually, I just got the final one.
It feels like it's a collection of gentlemen you're relying and need very badly to all take a step up, all in the same year at the same time.
Yeah, you got all right. Doug averaged 31.5 minutes per game over 26 starts. That's far and above everyone else.
I'm not worried about
14 point. No, you shouldn't be. I don't think. Little Kurt at 14.6 over 30 games. Quante played more minutes than I thought, honestly. 24 minutes per game in 31 games. Julius at 24 minutes in 18 games. Sincere 21 minutes in 33 games, which is also probably more than I would have thought. Zach Davis 14 minutes in 34 games. Mason Matthews did not play. We don't capture YMCA league stats here on that one.
So rude. That's so different. Playing in Noah's Ark.
I mean, that's disgusting.
9.6 minutes per game and 29 games for Ashton. So it's just a lot of guys that haven't done a lot. And I think our boy Bart Torvik would support that claim. But to Kenny's point that he made earlier, I mean, I think we just kind of have to, in Penny we trust, and just see that they see something there that just hasn't been unlocked. And maybe these guys just need free reign to do whatever they want.
All right, let's do it.
We're all just going to be so sad.
Let's do it this way. Let's do this. Here we go. Last year starting point guard Tyrese Hunter versus this year starting point guard Doug McDaniel. Who do you take?
I mean,
I would probably take.
We playing basketball? What are we doing?
Taking in basketball.
Yeah, Tyrese, man.
Okay. Last year starting two guard PJ Haggerty versus this year starting two guard Sincere Parker.
I mean, PJ. I mean, I know a lot of people out there are comparing Sincere to PJ and saying he's a budget PJ, but I mean, you got to take PJ.
Yeah, of course.
That is offensive as hell to call someone a budget PJ. Who's saying that?
Timu PJ Haggerty.
Kmart.
Jeez. Kmart was nice when it was around, though.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, PJ.
Okay,
so 0 for 2.
Starting small forward, Zachary Davis this year, Colby Rogers last year.
Zachary Davis.
See, that's tough. Maybe Zachary's real inefficient. Colby was very streaky, but he was a real liability on defense. just like Ryan Gosling and Remember the Titans. So
Good movie.
maybe
I think I
Zach.
take Zachary Davis for size alone, personally.
Yeah, I think for size and defensive abilities, probably Zach Ree.
All right, let's go. Last year's starting power forward, Nicholas Temple guy Jourdain versus this year's Hassan.
Probably Hassan,
Why do you
based
say it
on
like
the rumor. What?
that? No, I'm laughing at Kenny.
I
Being
couldn't remember
disrespectful.
his last name. I'm sorry.
Based on the rumors I've
Abdul
heard that he's got
Hakim.
a little bit of crazy in him.
Yeah, I like that.
I think that bodes well.
So you're saying Nick Jourdain was too nice?
I think at times, yes, he was having too much fun and needed a little bit of crazy.
Okay.
So now we're even 2 for 2.
All right.
Now I'm very
I don't
interested
know how I
to
feel
see what
about
you
that
say
one.
at the starting 5 now.
Starting 5 for last year's team, Musa Cisse versus
For half the year. No, you got to say Dane.
Yeah. Who are you picking there?
He's trying to set it up so we'd say this year's team's better.
Musa Cisse started the majority of the season.
Okay,
I would still pick
that's not
Musa
how.
over.
No, you have to pick our best starting 5.
Okay.
So Dane versus Aaron.
Well, of course.
Dane.
I
mean, easily.
I would take Dane over the majority of big men in the United States of America.
Wow.
I just think he's
now. I will say we don't have the benefit of seeing a 4th year of Doug. And I think if you had taken just Tyrese coming in last year versus Doug coming in this year,
yes.
even like probably even, maybe even leaning Doug.
Yes, Doug's played high. His storyline is almost the same as Tyrese's, going from Big 12 school to Big 12 school to.
And I mean, Tyrese made a tremendous jump, like efficiency, shooting, like. So I think coming out of your junior into your last season, they're probably more even, and you may lean Doug. And then maybe that's the problem. Like, we're at hindsight 2020, right? So PJ coming in last year versus Sincere coming in this year without having played last year. I don't know. That may be even more. That may be more even. Maybe not. I don't know.
All right.
There were people that had doubts about PJ coming in last year.
I think more people were down on PJ after the season than they were before the season, based on what I saw. But that was just because they lost breaker to Colorado State.
Because he went to witness protection in the tournament.
That's because of how the season ended, how the game went for him.
Right.
But there were definitely people that were skeptical about how he would fare here.
All right, let's go. Let's compare the benches from last year compared to this year. Right? Let's go. Baraka Koje, Dante Harris for half the season, PJ Carter for the majority of the season, Musa Cisse for the majority of the season. Who else? Was that it?
Yeah.
Off the bench?
Okay. I think Curtis
has
more upside. Ashton, and I think I would take PJ Carter over Ashton. And maybe that's
totally different players.
Yeah.
I'm just comparing them as like a shooter that comes in off the bench. I don't know how else to compare them.
Okay. I was just going to do
I think I would take. I'm just trying to compare bench guys. I think I'd take Lil Kurt because I feel like he has more upside and potential.
And he's bigger than Dante Harris and Baraka.
If you're taking like a shooter off the bench, I'm saying like Ashton being a shooter off the bench and PJ being a shooter off the bench. Today would probably take PJ Carter.
I mean, if we're talking specifically shooting, but Ashton's also, what is he, 6'10", 6'9", like bigger, the bigger player.
Sure.
Then let's go Julius Tedford.
Matter when your feet have cinder blocks associated with them?
Well, he's a freshman then, guys. Let's. That's the last time we saw him play. Quante Berry.
Play any at St. Mary's. That's kind of my point, right? Quante Berry,
Julius Tedford. Who else? Is that it? I would say their bench is stronger this year, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
No,
I think so.
I think Quante's good. I don't know.
I think
that we've
Quante's
seen
good.
enough of Tedford.
I think
Yeah,
Quante.
yeah. I mean,
I think
I think
Thetford's
he's
good.
solid there. I don't know
I
what
think
to
the
think
bench.
about him.
I think this
you haven't
year's
seen
bench is
enough of
probably.
him.
I think this year's bench is probably better.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know.
Dude played-
It worries me. Barchovic has a 71st. I think we really need Dane. If we don't have Dane, obviously they probably have some sort of contingency plan, but I've started worrying.
It wouldn't be the off season of Memphis basketball without a little bit of worry
Without some worry.
Yeah,
Right.
It's okay. That's all right.
So
But hey, they're all here. Everybody's
tis the
here.
season. Hey, that's a good sign.
They're in town. Second straight year. They're all in town, ready to go.
Our best teams are the teams that have shown up early.
Yes.
That's all we can hope for.
In other news, breaking news, the AAC officially has gone out and said that they hate us with all of their being. Our bid to host the conference tournament was denied, and they are taking their talents to Birmingham next year and Tampa the following 2 years. So that's cool.
Well, looks like I'll be going to Birmingham then not going to Tampa.
Fair, if they didn't want them all in the same place, Birmingham is the next best to here because at least it's very easy to get to. So when we make the title game, it's a very quick drive. Tampa, we'll see how that one works out. I don't know. Maybe they think what's his face is going to have that program turned around and it'll be a packed house down there for the USF Bulls.
Who's the coach there now?
It's the Arkansas State guy. What's his name?
Oh, yeah. He's good. He's a good coach.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Brian Hodgson.
Hodgson, yes.
So they're giving him a year to turn it around before they send the tourney down there for him back-to-back seasons, getting a little home court advantage.
I'm going to be honest. I was not a single bit upset that Memphis didn't get the conference championship for basketball. I think people are blowing it out of proportion, honestly. I mean, when Memphis hosted it in...
I just think...
What year was that?
I mean, we hosted it a lot, but the last time we did it was
Yeah, I know, but it's kind of played into my point. It was 2018 or 2019, I think.
I think it was 2019.
Yeah, so Memphis has hosted it. When's the last time Birmingham hosted it? Or Tampa?
I don't know, but that doesn't matter. I think
that's
I haven't
my point.
Looked at
They've
the
never
numbers.
hosted
I'm just saying. I think
they've never hosted it, so it's a new location there. So
they also haven't.
They agreed to. You're only going with me. This is all new, and Memphis has already done it. So let's switch it up. Let's do something new. Let's spread out this championship and engage fans in different areas. So Birmingham, Tampa. Places that have nice stadiums that have gone through a lot of renovation.
DJ, stop!
What are you talking about?
You don't think people are going to show up for those? I don't understand what's
so
funny.
No.
North Texas was just number 2 in the American this past season and had 11 people.
I didn't say
23 people show up to the tournament, and it was 40 minutes away from their
Let's talk about this. Birmingham Stadium is so nice that apparently it was good enough for the NCAA Women's Championship. So it's not like it's just a shitty place for someone to go watch basketball. It was good enough for them to host the NCAA Women's Tournament.
I said if it wasn't here, Birmingham's the next best place.
And you nerds. And they've never hosted it. It's something new. If they just bypassed them and went to Memphis again, everyone would be like, everyone else would be bitching about it, saying, "Why does Memphis keep getting it? If it's not Dallas,
let's go to
Memphis.
UTSA next year instead of Birmingham. Let's go to UTSA.
No, they don't.
Did they apply?
Securely anchor their basketball goals. We're not playing anything there. I would, where I would want to play, and where I think we'd be great. We'd freaking light it up from 3 is if we could get that Noah's Ark gym reserved for the tournament.
Mason would go nuts, bro.
I would be there in a heartbeat.
Hear me out. Tampa has hosted the women's Final Four in 2008, 2015, 2019, and 2025.
Why do you keep bringing up the women's NCAA? That has nothing to do with
that's my point is, if it's good enough for the NCAA tournament, it's damn well good enough to be the host of the American Athletic Conference for basketball.
Nobody's saying it's not good enough to host an American.
You guys are
Athletic
bitching about stuff because you have your blue lenses on.
No,
you can't
no,
see anything
no, no,
other than
no.
Memphis Tigers in the world.
We're making fun of you for saying that it makes
perfect sense
fan sense
for them to not go.
We're making fun of you because you're trying to make this argument that fans will show up. That's silly.
They 100% will. They 100%. I didn't say a lot of them. They will. They 100% will. You guys are being so dumb. You're saying literally not one single UAB fan will go to the tournament.
Stop. Okay, now we're going.
Is that what you're saying?
You're so crazy, dude. You're so crazy.
Hear me out. How many UAB fans are going to go to the AAC basketball tournament, men's or women's, if it's in Dallas? Okay, new question. What if it's in Birmingham? Are more going to go if it's in Birmingham? Yes, that's my point.
But if you're talking about fans and talk about which ones are going to draw the most, and it's going to be here.
No.
Yes.
False.
Yes, it would.
No. False.
Yes.
Nope.
Memphis had the most.
It doesn't
fans.
matter.
Memphis had the most fans at the AAC tournament, and there were 3 Texas teams in it. Like. Even when Houston was playing in it, Memphis had more fans than Houston had. Like,
I'm just trolling with you. I do think he moved it around just to have somewhere different to play every year. That's all it is.
I don't disagree with that, but it's not. He didn't do somewhere different every year because he gave Tampa 2 of them in a row.
Well, my point was not Memphis again. He's trying to give these other schools and other cities a chance to host. That's all it is. 100%.
Or he knows that we're deucing the hell out of here.
And we ain't gonna be around in 26.
It's different. It's all about the different markets. That's all he's trying to do. Memphis isn't going to worry about 2026 yet. It's not going to be until 2029, 2020, 2030.
2027.
It's still wrong. It's not until 29 or 30. Get with the times,
37.
The 27.
No, 29 or 30. It's when all the shakeups happening.
Well, I don't know. I would have just having one would have been neat.
Yeah,
but
Birmingham.
I'll settle for Birmingham.
They UAB fans are going to show up.
Gives me a reason to go get Shake Shack.
They will.
TJ, you're wild. You're a wild dude.
All right. We're taking a break. We're going to yell at TJ during this commercial break. And then when we come back, the AAC championship football odds have dropped. And we'll take a look
Shout
at
out.
University of Memphis Tigers fall in that ranking. We'll be right back.
A lot of people, I feel like, they think of Europe or they think of these foreign leagues and they don't think of them as very good, which is silly because you watch these Europe teams and you watch these Euro leagues. This stuff is nuts. In the past 2 seasons in Europe, this dude has shot 45% from deep with over 500 attempts.
Yeah, the 2023 draft, 56th pick, like it was one that everybody at the time was kind of like, huh? It's a draft and stash guy overseas. See what you got. He shot like 56% from 3 in 23-24. In one league, but it was only on like 2.5 attempts per game. Now he's averaging right at 5 attempts per game and shooting 45% over the last 3 years. My only question is the one that Edward had earlier is, can he play defense? Can he guard? Because that's what we need. We need a 3-and-D kind of guy. And if it's this Tarek kid from Fenerbahce coming over, which sounds like a fancy Turkish dessert, then I'm in.
Tune into the Daily Grind with your host, Luke Hatmaker, every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Looking for an alternative to alcohol or conventional medicine? Check out Ounce of Hope, a Memphis-based dispensary with 2 local stores in the Sanderland Center and on South Cooper Street. You can get all the products you need in a location convenient to you. Each store offers an intentional shopping experience with dedicated bud tenders to answer all of your questions, from product selection and mushroom blends to our personal favorite, the Delta 9 seltzers. You gotta try the Peach Buzz. Try Ounce of Hope at either one of their 2 Memphis stores or at www.ounceofhope.com for convenient products shipped right to your door. Use the promo code BluffCity for 15% off any order, excluding sale items. Cannot be used in conjunction with other promotions or discounts. One use per customer.
Oh, fellas. 'Tis the season for college football future odds to be dropping. Have you guys seen the odds for the 2025 AAC champion? And do you know where the Tigers fall?
Seen them? No, but we briefly were talking about it right before.
That's why I was yelling at TJ.
Well,
Kenny out here wilding out, dude.
do you know who the favorite is?
It's Tulane, right?
Navy,
No, it is
Army or Navy, one of the two.
No, I think
It's Tulane. It's Tulane, Navy,
and the
Army,
membrane, and then Memphis. We are fourth.
fourth in the conference.
Depending on what book you're looking at, we're like plus 600, I think. Oh, that's so gross.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. Tulane being number one is someone doing John Summerall a favor, because that don't make any damn sense.
It's not just the books that like Tulane, because ESPN's FPI has also been updated with their preseason. All right, FanDuel's got Tulane at plus 290, conference favorite. Oh, we're actually third on this. Navy's plus 440, and then we're plus 500. UTSA is plus 600. South Florida plus 650, and then Army in sixth at plus 750.
Yeah,
So
Army.
third or fourth, depending on what book you're looking at.
Army lost a lot from their team last year, and so I was relatively surprised to see Army was.
Do they have the easiest schedule in the conference again?
No, that's Navy. I would think it's Navy. I don't know. Army's is pretty.
Army plays North Texas at home, at East Carolina, at UAB, Charlotte at home, at Tulane, Temple at home, Tulsa at home, at UTSA, and at Navy. So,
well,
at
Navy
no,
doesn't
they
count.
actually don't. At UTSA, I know, and at East Carolina, at Tulane, they actually play a pretty decent conference slate.
At UAB, where the Birminghamians show out.
Can't believe Trent Dilbert still has a job.
Well, nobody wants it.
So depending on what book you look at, we're third or fourth odds. According to FPI, I just mentioned, those preseason rankings have dropped. Have you guys seen these? Do you know where we're ranked overall in the country? We finished last season at 57th. So preseason this year, take a gander at where we are.
I mean, it's going to be low. Has to be. I mean, you're replacing quite literally everyone. 89th.
Whoa.
I assumed it's going to be low. I mean,
oh my goodness. How many FBS teams are there? Like 130? Jeez, 89th?
Yeah, to start off the season 100%.
Have you no respect? Try 67th, TJ.
I didn't say it was my pick.
65th, I'm sorry. Which is actually, ESPN FPI has us second in the conference, giving us a 15% chance to win the conference behind Tulane, who they have as 36th overall in the country, and a 45.4% chance to win the conference. Seems
I'm still trying to figure out why Tulane's favored to win the American.
But what do we know? We have the, I think, like sixth best playoff percentage chance to make out of the G5. You got Boise State out of the Mountain West. They got a 25% chance. Followed right behind them, it's Tulane at 24.3. UNLV at 21.3%. Followed by, I guess we're fourth. It's 6.5% they give us to make it. Projecting us today, to win 8 games and lose 4. I think today our season total win number is set at 8.5. You taking that over or under on that?
I'd say over.
Over.
Yeah, I mean it's got to be over. You win less than 8.5 games, and are you kidding me?
I mean, hell, you should win the first 4 out of 5, right? Assuming you may lose one to Arkansas, but
Yeah, I didn't know where you were
Georgia
with that.
State, Roy, whatever at Arkansas. I don't even know that that's a guaranteed
Georgia.
loss.
Can we play at Georgia State?
Yeah, at Georgia State, FAU, Tulsa. I mean, shit, UAB, South Florida. I mean, like,
You'd be 7-0 going into South Florida.
it just feels weird. I understand why they would say it though. We kind of talked about it, right? You're replacing literally everybody.
Yeah, but you got 4 times as much NIL as anybody else in the conference.
Replacing them with a lot better talent than anybody else is replacing with.
I don't know that to be true. That's very subjective. It just is.
It is.
It's subjective.
Like Horvat's the best quarterback in the country, especially when he plays us. Speaking,
I want to
game,
put this in the comment section. Everybody that's
they're about to get in a fight. This has already happened once. All right, go.
Everybody that's listening, if Team A has 4x the NIL than every other team in a conference, should that team be better than every other team in that conference? Type Y for yes and N for no in the comment section, please. Thank you.
All right, next question. USC, Oregon, Tennessee, Miami, Texas A&M, all schools with ridiculous NILs that haven't done a damn thing. Therefore, it's not proven that a big ass NIL budget is going to guarantee you wins. A&M hasn't done shit. Miami hasn't done shit. They've never won a conference title. Tennessee hasn't done shit. Spent $8 million on Nico. Guess how many SEC East titles they have? 0. Not even a conference title. They don't even have an East title. Maybe that's a Tennessee problem. I don't know. Oregon. What's Oregon done? Huge budget. Shout out Nike, Phil Knight. What have they done?
The biggest budget.
They were the number
Look,
one.
It's
team
not
in
about the
country.
size of your budget.
Pac-12
It's how you
title?
use it.
Thank you. That's a correct argument. Kenny.
Okay. I'll
flawed argument
amend.
here.
I'll amend my question.
USC hasn't won the Pac-12 championship.
They
So
lost
let-
to
It's
Tulane.
been like a big thing.
What I would say to you is that we're also, when I say 4x the amount of NIL, you think Tennessee has 4x the amount of NIL from everybody else in the SEC conference? Absolutely not. Oregon? No. You think USC does? No, they don't. Memphis has way more money to play with than any other team in the AAC, than any other
Do they
team.
use it every year? Do they use it every year? Do
You
they use the
should
4
use
times the
it.
amount?
You should
Do they
use it.
Kenny? That's the problem. Is your argument again is flawed? They don't use
It's
the full
not-
budget. We know that.
Then that's on them. Win a damn conference. If you're not using your NIL budget to its full,
Do
win
you
a
listen to
conference.
Ryan's interviews?
Yeah, look, you can't
not-
just use
you're not
just the
coming
tip.
here for
You gotta,
money, dude.
if you have 4, use all 4.
You can get a Ryan Silverfield quote for sure. I was about to Google it. If you come into Memphis, you're not coming here for the money. That's not what you're coming here for.
You're also not going for
He
conference
says it
titles, apparently.
Every time. No one's disagreeing with you. No one's disagreeing with you. If your argument is we have a big NIL budget, we should win, you're wrong. It's flawed. It's flawed. There are prime examples where that's not true.
Ohio State just won the national title with the biggest NIL budget in the country. You don't think that plays a role in it?
Of it?
You don't think that plays a role in it? They bought their roster. You don't think that plays a role in it?
I don't think it is the biggest role. No, I don't. I think Ryan Day is incredible. I think Ohio State is a blue blood. I mean, I think it is what it is. You take away NIL, guess what? They were still winning national championships before NIL era. Georgia has a huge budget. Why didn't they win it?
Who cares about before the pre-NIL era? We are talking about NIL, where that's the only thing that matters in college sports to these players. I've seen it. regarding PJ Haggerty stuff. I've seen people talk about it, and it's so silly to me that there are still people that are applying old school NCAA logic around decisions being made by players when it's legitimately all about the money, every bit of it. And if you want to stand on that and say players aren't coming here for money, that's fine, but you ain't winning no damn championships either.
Yeah, I know. Same with Texas, who also spends 25 million on NIL. But big budget though. I
Top
guess
five
they're winning a
five
lot
in
of
the country,
championships.
top 5 in the country in the college football playoffs.
Biggest,
relevance,
largest,
relevance,
biggest,
relevance.
largest.
They ain't winning shit.
Just silly.
Relevance. Your
So,
argument's flawed, Kenneth.
it's not
It's
flawed.
okay.
I just
Well,
think
in happier news, our game themes have been announced.
Can you not get hyped up on it?
Sorry, Trey.
You know what budget they had for that? Chattanooga,
901 day?
game 1, 901.
I like that.
Falls on August the 30th. This is the one that's most intriguing to
Close
me.
enough.
Arkansas is what we are going to we're calling Rhythm and Roar game. What do you guys think that entails?
Probably nothing. They always schedule these things and then they don't do shit for them, and we don't really know what it is.
I
Neon
wish
Day.
that would be a night game, but it feels like a 2 or 3 o'clock. Maybe even 11 a.m. It might be 11 a.m. We got some game.
How much fun would a neon night game be? That would be awesome. That'd be so much fun.
They did it for basketball, and 2 people dressed up in neon in the entire
That's
stadium
true.
or arena.
Yeah, they did. Tulsa, October 4th is Wrestling Day. Glad they brought that back. The 25th of October, USF is Homecoming. November the 7th against Tulane is Salute to Service. And then Turkey Day, Senior Day, Navy on Thanksgiving night at 6:30, the only collegiate football game on the ESPN Family and Networks. Senior Day
Honestly,
against Navy, which should be determining who hosts the conference championship.
I know that they're not going to do it, but for that wrestling game, I wish they just did a wrestling arena, just rolled out a wrestling ring at mid halftime, just midfield.
Don't they
And that's
have
where
one
had the
out in
wrestling
Tiger
match.
Lane beforehand?
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing is I'm not trying to get out there and watch it beforehand.
Put it up in
Right?
the
It means I gotta.
Maybe they might do it this year if they've widened the end zones and they can get stuff through the tunnels. Maybe that's why they
let's
hadn't
hope
done it
so.
before. It's too hard to get out there and set up in time.
Yeah, that's what
I want to. Yeah, I don't want to hear
Can you,
Flight of the Bumblebee
can you
from the
imagine
band.
somebody
I wanna
jumping
watch
off the top of
wrestling.
the scaffolding support beams into the ring?
What's that little spot? What's that little area right on the home side? Just put it right there.
Yeah,
Boom.
the party deck.
The party deck. Put it on the party deck. Have a ball.
I think it'd be fun. I can't wait to see the camo uniforms that we wear
For Salute
November
to
7th
Service.
versus Tulane. Yeah. Let's just start that rumor. They're
That
going to
would be
wear
cool.
camo uniform, like a Navy type of camo, like the blue and white.
Wait, speaking of, didn't we announce a little bit of a subtle uni change recently?
The gray uniforms?
Yeah, didn't they update them?
Yeah, they put up the pictures of it.
Yeah, I thought so.
It's like
that would
very
be cool
subtle. I
though, to
mean,
have some kind of special camo uni.
they're not going to do it, but it'd been real cool if they did.
Yeah. So those are your themes, and then we got a couple game times. Really disgusting decision to have the first game at 3:30. I'm not sure why that happened because it's ESPN Plus, and I'm fairly certain the school gets to decide what time it is because last year's first game on ESPN Plus, they let the fans decide what time kickoff was, and we chose 6 o'clock because we are intelligent human beings. 3 away games. You got the Georgia State game will be at 6, Troy game at 11, which Troy, Alabama at 11 a.m. on a Saturday in September is going to be hotter than Hades. Friday night matchup against
Alabama?
Rice. Yeah. South Alabama was
South Alabama. That's what it was.
Disgusting. The Rice game on Halloween night, Friday the 31st at 6 p.m. Friday, Tulane here in the Sim, 8 p.m. kick. And then we mentioned the Turkey night, Thursday night matchup against Navy at 6:30. Seems a little bit early to me,
It does. That feels
but
early.
whatever. I would have liked the inverse. Let me get Tulane at 6:30 on Friday, and let me get Navy at 8:00 Thanksgiving night.
I was convinced when
Whatever.
in the Discord earlier, it was like Drew, Trey, myself, or whoever. I think that's who it was. It was Drew, right? Drew Campbell.
Yeah.
We were all talking about it. I was convinced there was going to be these huge games going on the 30th. And there are some good games, and maybe that was why Memphis chose it, right? I mean, here is LSU and Clemson. It's going to happen. Missouri State, USC, New Mexico, Michigan. So it turns out there's just Clemson, LSU. So
Yeah, you just don't want to be heads up against those games. August 30th at 3:30. I mean, goodness, they better have put those air conditioning fan mist blowing seats in by that point.
That is going to be hot. Oh God,
I'm already dreading how sunburned TJ and I are going to be. Anyway,
upper thighs, man.
it's right around the corner. We're under 100 days until kick. We might be
That's
under
kinda
90
wild.
by now. I don't know what it's at officially. All right, that wraps up football. I got one last question for you guys. Tis the season. I'm not even a baseball fan, but I got the Dodgers Mets on right now. TNT. It's the only thing I'm watching tonight. There's no NBA finals on. College baseball's in full swing. We've gotten to see all sorts of mid-major programs. Wright State knocking out Vandy. The
Murray
freaking
State.
UTSA knocking out Texas. Murray State. Like,
beating Ole Miss. Yep.
what the heck is wrong with Memphis baseball? Why are we not good? We're in a prime like baseball location. There's talent in this area.
There's also some prime SEC schools around us that will recruit
There
this
are,
prime area.
sure, there are. But
I was going to say, I think that's probably
why
the
is
issue.
why is UTSA good?
Because there's so many people in Texas. I mean, who did LSU just play?
So go recruit Texas.
Who did LSU? Was it not just LSU? They were
were
playing somebody. Little Rock. Like, how random is that? That Little Rock.
There you go.
Who was
Why is Little
asked,
Rock
actually? Well, they weren't good. They had a losing record. I don't know how they got in.
They were good enough to get to regionals and nearly knock out LSU.
That's fair. That's fair.
We didn't even make our own conference tournament.
That's called being respectful. We don't want to embarrass ourselves.
We don't want to be good at everything.
You know, when you get invited to NIL and people just turn it down, like school's just like, no, thank you. That's kind of what we did. Like, we're going to lose anyway. Let's just.
I mean, everybody always wanted to blame Rock for the program, but now, I mean, we've had two coaches since, and literally, it doesn't seem like anything's changed.
Well, that's not true.
What's changed?
We had a good baseball coach, and he was poached away from us.
Were they good though?
Yeah, I think they were pretty good.
How is Missouri baseball? He left to go to Missouri, right? Is Missouri baseball even good?
Irrelevant. He's being paid more. There's a lot that goes into that. Look up the Carrick Jackson teams. What do you mean? What do I mean relevant?
Just stop, TJ. Missouri baseball went 3-27 in the SEC this year.
They're probably still better than Memphis, right? What's his salary there versus at Memphis?
I don't know what it is, but you just tried to tell me he was a good baseball coach, and they won 3 conference games.
Hey, he had Memphis at like a 500 record. That's pretty damn good for Memphis baseball.
TJ's taking a lot of L's tonight, man. It's sad to watch.
3-27. Wow. I'm trying to click on the schedule and Go Tigers Go won't even show it. I don't know what he's getting paid. It doesn't matter. I guess that's what it is. The support's not there. We had a losing record. I don't know what it was. We didn't even make our own conference tournament. I think they take the top 10 teams, and we couldn't even do that.
How did they go 3-27?
I don't know.
That's outrageous.
That's what a quick Google
that's their
search
for what it's worth. That is their conference record. That is not their overall record.
But still,
I wanted to
27
confirm
is
that everyone knew that.
Seems historic.
It's like the Missouri basketball team not winning a damn game in the SEC conference.
That's true. Wow, they've had some struggles lately over there.
Good medical program, though.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine what Memphis would be like if the Tigers didn't win a single conference game for an entire year. Holy crap.
I don't want to imagine that, given the conference that we're in.
Things would be burning to the ground.
I think I could handle it if we were in the SEC and that happened.
No,
Potentially.
no, not Memphis fans. Memphis fans would go nuts, bro.
I'm not saying all Memphis fans. I'm just saying I could probably talk myself into, hey, things are going to be okay. I mean, shit, Louisville just did the same thing, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I don't think it's unreasonable that if we were in a conference like that, that might happen once, and I think we would make it out the other side of that unscathed and in a better place. But we'll check back in this time next year and see where Missouri baseball's at. I have a feeling
there was a common opponent.
It's going to be about the same.
Ole Miss would be a common opponent for Missouri and Memphis.
That's true. I can't even get the schedule to load on Go Tigers Go. They've
already deleted it.
I mean, they've blocked out everything baseball related.
Hit the Wayback Machine and see what the record was.
We don't even. Okay, 22-33 overall. That's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
Missouri State, it looks like, is a common opponent.
Southeast Missouri. Did Missouri play them?
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Binghamton. Pine Bluff. Did we play Pine Bluff?
I don't know. I can't get the schedule to pull up.
Memphis and Missouri. No baseball.
Wow, we played Little Rock this year. We lost 9-10 in extra innings. Could have been us. And then we beat them 13-3.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Baseball's a weird sport, man. Anybody can beat anybody.
It is a weird sport.
Hey, Linden, we played Lindenwood and Missouri played Lindenwood. Missouri beat them 14-10. They only played one match. We played them in a 3-game series and went 2-1, won 13-5, lost 5-3, and won 7-4.
Seems like they're about even.
They played Missouri State twice. Wow,
We
lost
didn't play
11-0.
Missouri State this year.
Did we not? I feel like we normally do.
We normally do.
Well,
You were correct, but
Missouri
we did not
lost
this
to
year.
them 11-0. So
Jeez.
that was a whitewash. Anyway, that's enough
don't think
baseball.
we
I was
did.
just
Unless
curious.
I'm-
I don't
wait,
understand what's happening.
Oh, no.
There's
We
just-
should be better than we are. There's enough talent in the area.
It is weird to talk to. We have a few SEC fans that are content creators for Blow City Media. I have family that's big time Arkansas fans. They love and so that when baseball season started to come around, they started talking a lot about it, and kind of off air with Drew and Rusty from the $2 Sports Show. I was talking to them about SEC baseball. Like, why is it so popular? Because I was talking to my brother-in-law who's an Arkansas fan. It was right smack dab in the middle of basketball season this year. And I was up in Fayetteville talking to him, and he said, man, honestly, nobody gives a crap about basketball anymore. Baseball season started. And I'm like, that is just wild to me. Like,
It's big.
especially with Arkansas. I get it if they have a down team, but they had John Calipari coaching, and they had a team that ultimately, what did they do? Elite Eight? Were they Elite Eight this year? Like they are Sweet 16 this year. I mean, they did well. And it's just SEC baseball is such a unique thing. It's such a unique environment. I think it's just different. And so when you have kids in Memphis that are playing baseball that are talented, that are any good, more than likely they're going to get picked up and poached by an SEC school. And it's just a different environment. So it's that way. I think Memphis geographically is always going to be behind in these Olympic sports, in these major sports than some of these, SEC schools.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
They're
that's undoubtable, but I'm just saying there's enough talent in the area that you should be able to, like, if Little Rock can make it, we can make it.
Do you think if Memphis baseball had a good team that fans will start to show up?
Yeah.
No.
I think more. Okay. You're good. TJ's going to sit here and argue with us and tell us that fans are going to show up to Birmingham and Florida. with comparisons to the women's NCAA tournament, and then try to say that nobody would go to a baseball game if we were good.
Yeah,
I'm not doing this. It's almost 11 o'clock.
indoors. It's indoors in Birmingham. They have air
I
conditioning.
don't care.
No one's
You
gonna
can
go
sit out in the
hot
outfield and
summer
cook
sun.
freaking glizzies and drink beer at the
I
baseball
don't think you can
games.
do that anymore. I don't think you can do that
You can do
anymore.
it. We're doing got to get up to get down because TJ's just trying to
Hey,
frustrate.
I looked
people.
it up. Carrick Jackson, his salary at Memphis was $257, and then at Mizzou, his
It's probably
first year
double.
salary was $675
Okay,
more,
triple.
and it goes up $25,000 every year. And
Wait,
if you
675 more?
no 675,000.
Okay.
And it goes up 25,000 every year. If he is fired, basically at any point from here on out, he is guaranteed 75% of the remaining salary. So,
Well,
and he has got a
he is
contract
well on his
through
way to getting that
2028.
because 3 and 27 is
Hey,
seems
my guy's
fireable.
just collecting it, dude. Just collecting it. That's all that
Seems
matters.
fireable.
Is anybody else surprised that Memphis baseball has $275,000 to spend on a head coach? Like that's a lot of money for a Memphis baseball
Yeah,
coach.
what's Reiser
What is Matt
making?
Reiser's salary?
It's searching right now. $87.
A game?
He gets paid by the
think that's-
hour.
I think that's what the umps get.
It's interesting. They are not disclosing his salary for whatever reason, but he was making a good lord at Southeastern Louisiana. He included a base salary of $75,000, supplemented by $27,000 annually for fundraising events, essentially. So not great. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
weird that they wouldn't
275
disclose that
was-
information. It's public, so I mean, we could just.
Is it
find
weird?
out somehow.
Is it weird? Is Memphis not disclosing any information ever weird? Sorry.
Well, they have to disclose that. The problem is that his salary is probably, it has a base, but then it's like Silverfield and Penny. It has nothing. It has all the compensation benefits and stuff like that.
Right.
Whatever. Point being, they should be better than they are. Do better. Get up. Stop being down. Timothy, it's a classic. It's well known. It can hit the spot in certain situations. I would say right after a soccer game is not one of those.
No, it's definitely not.
It's good, especially if you're a coffee fan. It is dark. Talking like motor oil dark. But it's good. I like it. I like the can. It gives me Starry Nights painting vibes. You know what I mean?
do like the can is cool. I
Yes.
like the colors on the art on the
On
the words are pretty cool. Yeah. I
It
like
is
the
good.
yeah.
It is good.
257 is also Riser's salary.
Wow.
Man, what a
Same
pay raise.
exact-
Jesus.
You're lying.
Doesn't matter who you. Yeah, no kidding.
Three
God,
cheeks, which
what he
is
went
more
from
than what
70
Silverfield makes.
270 is more than 275 is more than what Silverfield makes. Stop
From a
it.
base perspective, yeah,
Stop
100%.
it. Stop it.
From a base, yes, absolutely.
No.
Who cares about the base? You
That's
need to
that's
have
all,
the whole
but that's all you
package.
have. You're not going to get that. All they have to post is the base salary.
He's getting it. He's getting the whole package. He's not just getting the base. He's getting it all.
Yeah, but we as individuals do not get the compensation.
Can wise,
Wow.
Penny is a
200,000 per
base
year.
of 200.
Wow.
6'3".
Can wise is a
Is he
6'3".
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that can. I like that can a lot, actually.
It's okay. I think they did a good job with the font.
Yeah.
Like the color scheme because it pops out on the black and white. I think that looks good. I don't know if it's Starry Nights. I don't know what they were trying to like give us with all the waves in the back. Maybe some are got to get up to get down kind of thing. Like you got to go up the wave to go down the wave. I don't know, whatever. I didn't really get that. 6'3" is pretty good. I think that's about where I'd be. I'm gonna go a little higher though, probably like a 6'6", 6'7", maybe. Just because I really like the way the font color pops out. I think they did a good job there.
It looks better on your camera. The beer's good. I don't drink these often, and I definitely, the crushability is not high. I don't think I would have two of these back to back. I would potentially drink an ice cold pint, but I wouldn't have multiples. I don't believe. It's just not that kind of beer for me. It's like a one beer kind of thing. It is good for what it is. I don't necessarily like mixing beer and coffee. You know, like I'd rather keep those separate. But the fact that they did mix it, and I mean, it is good for what it is. But it's not my favorite Wiseacre. I don't drink it very often. I wouldn't drink multiples, and for that reason, I'm going 6 flat, 6 even.
Wow. I actually don't like this beer at all, and I love coffee. So it's funny you said if you're a coffee like you, but a coffee person, you'd like it. I just don't think it's good. I don't know what it is. It's not like maybe it's the milkiness or the thickness or whatever it is when you drink it. I don't care for that at all. I definitely would not drink 2 back to back. I don't know, and I like coffee too, so I think I'm the anomaly here.
TJ's maybe the largest coffee guy.
The largest. Yeah, Trey makes fun of me because when I walk by his desk, he can hear my coffee shaking.
I know that TJ's coming because I can hear his ice in his coffee. It has a very specific, distinct sound. I know it's TJ every time.
I don't know. Maybe it's the maltiness of it because it has like the oatmeal and stuff like that. And someone said that if you smell it, it smells like blueberry pie, and that's a damn lie. It does not smell like blueberry pie.
What?
Who
told you that? They said that so that you would do that on camera, and now I'm doing it.
No, it's from the Wiseacre website, I think is where I saw it. This rare variety of coffee leads to aromas of sweet roastiness and blueberry pie flavors.
It kind of
lactose,
I'm kind of getting
milk
that.
Sugar. No, you're not. Shut the.
I mean, I can see where
lactose or milk sugar is added along with oats for a silky medium body. I get that, and a lush finish. Red Bull and vodka done the long way. No, you can't, Trey. All right, maybe you can on the crust. I give you that, but there ain't no damn blueberry pie. It just smells like a graham cracker or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's not that great.
It smells like a toasted, unfrosted Pop-Tart.
Yes.
Oh,
which you guys should tune in to the Pop-Tart Playas, our new podcast that we're rolling out, where we just review pop. We talk about Pop-Tarts probably every episode.
Oh, goodness.
I did get the Samoa Pop-Tart. I'm gonna bust that out in the morning as a post-workout. I'll give you a review of the Samoa Pop-Tart next time we record.
What did you rate this? I forgot what your rating was.
Like a 5.6 out of 10. I don't love this beer. I know a lot of people do. It is not for me. I think Mark King, he was a big fan of it.
Yeah, I mean there are people that love got to get up to get down, and TJ and I just aren't those people.
No, because I go outdoors, and this is not a beer you drink when it's warm outside.
Oh yeah, it's
unless you're
not.
Charles Manson.
Yeah, you have some. You probably listen to like 911 calls to fall asleep kind of stuff.
So you're a brilliant person with
strong
emotional stability.
That's one way to say
instability, emotional instability.
That's what he said. It just cut out. His mic's cutting out. You have strong emotional instability.
His hands were cut off. His feet were cut off.
All right. Well, here's to I don't know, maybe getting a waiver response in the next week. Some positivity. So Come with a cold
Wouldn't
beer.
bank on it.
Grab your favorite Pop-Tart. Stay for the hot takes. We'll be back next week.
Pop top players.
If you enjoyed this episode of Tigers Untapped, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Like and subscribe at Bluff City Media's YouTube page.